It's your boy Vic's Vibes, and we are back again on day 8 of our 30-day Meta Spark AR challenge. Okay, we will be going 30 days straight, live streaming, showing the entire process, going through all 3 courses that Meta is now providing for free for individuals to go in there and learn this brand new emerging skill of augmented reality creation. You're going to be able to create filters, experience, just all types of things. But because there's so many of the top companies in the world, from Google to Amazon to obviously Meta to Apple to HTC, all of these different companies are going in and creating mixed reality or augmented reality headsets, glasses. You got Snap. All of these different companies are attacking this augmented reality space. We're living in a digital age, and there's no question that the next evolution is a mixed reality where we're bringing digital assets and overlaying them on top of our physical world. Okay, so with me being somebody who literally went to school for engineering, right? I mean, before then, I'm buying and selling and flipping iPhones way back in the day. I'm photoshopping highlight tapes in high school. I'm a tech person for sure. So there's no question that I'm going to want to stay ahead of the curve. Thus, me locking in for 30 days straight, taking all 3 courses. We're already done with 1. And at the end of the 30 days, ladies and gentlemen, I will be taking the certification to see if I, in 30 days, can go from zero knowledge to certified in a brand new skill of AR asset creation. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. We will be streaming all of the videos live if this is your first episode. I would honestly highly encourage you to go ahead and go to my channel and go to the playlist tab and just go ahead and start from day 1. All right. This is every single day. We're watching every single video in order, and there's so many gems for you to learn. Trust me. On day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we had already made a couple filters and exported them, so you don't want to miss that. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start this video, man. Let's go ahead and lock and load. I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in, giving me all of the feedback, letting me know yo, Vic, watching it here with you is really helpful because the software isn't matching up to the videos all the time. And then there's times where people are troubleshooting, but because they're by themselves, they're struggling to get it right. But because I'm literally working here with you guys, it's going to help you be able to do the exact same thing. So with that being said, we got 2 videos today, man. Let's go ahead and lock and load. Let's get this one started. We are in the second course, AR Fundamentals, Part 1, Introduction to Augmented Reality with Spark AR. And this particular video, tracking the face? I thought we did that yesterday. I'm tripping? What's on today's agenda? Let's look at today. First of all, look how pretty this looks. Oh man, come on, consistency. What day 8 looking like? Tracking the world. Yeah. We did the face yesterday. All right, come on. I was about to say now. I know we did that yesterday, man. So let's go ahead and lock in. Look at that, 95 reviews, man. We so early, y'all. All right, let's get to it. Tracking the world, plane, and target. This might be good. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Plane tracking is one of the basic building blocks in AR development because the only thing it really requires is the detection of a flat surface. This could mean the ground, a table, a wall, or maybe even the palm of your hand. Because of this flexibility, plane tracking can work almost anywhere, and that allows us to build some pretty complex effects for the rear or world camera. Now, we all know what a selfie is, and most of us refer to the front camera on our device as the selfie camera because the primary focal point is, of course, ourselves. The camera on the other side of the device, however, is where we experience the rest of the world. Plane trackers allow us to place virtual objects into the real world in a convincing way, like placing a virtual chair in the living room and put it in the corner where you want it to stay, and then as you move your camera, it stays there. Plane trackers also provide a unique way to interact with virtual objects in your physical space. For instance, let's say a shoe company wants to demonstrate how their new automatic laces work. Their user could tap to place the shoe on a flat surface like a table. The shoe appears, it spins slowly and hovers midair. And then half the shoe fades away and shows a cross-section of how the automatic laces work, while music plays in the background. Now, the shoe, of course, is just an example, but the possibilities of how you can bring virtual objects into almost any physical space and interact with them using the plane tracker is endless. So we're going to create we're going to say new project, and this time we're going to select plane tracking. Now we're inside of a blank plane tracking project. The first thing you might notice is that the camera has been flipped around to the world side. This video has been replaced with a simulated surface, this grid right here. You can always toggle between cameras on the device by clicking this button right here at the bottom of your simulator window. In order for us to start playing with the controls inside of the simulator window, we first need to add something into our scene so we have something that we can actually see. We're going to start by going to the AR library, going to 3D objects, going to 3D shapes, and let's select the heart. Click import free, done, close, and you'll see it right here in the list. Now, drag it up into your scene underneath this placer object, which I'll get to here in a second. Let's make a few adjustments to the heart so we can see it better in our scene. First, we'll raise it up.
Hold on, I don't have a placer object. What are you talking about? Let me see. Let me see something real quick. Let me full screen this. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, that placer, that must be like an old software thing or something, because I don't have that when I have a place tracker.
Later window.
Like if I show y'all mine, here. All right. So yeah, over here on the far left, under my plane tracker, I don't have anything. I was able to bring in the heart. Default environment temperature. I don't know. So I'll see. I'm gonna just go ahead and
In
play
order
the
for
video.
us to start playing with the controls inside of the simulator window, we first need to add something into our scene so we have something that we can actually see. We're going to start by going to the AR library, going to 3D objects, going to 3D shapes, and let's select the heart. Click import free, done, close, and you'll see it right here in the list. Now, drag it up into your scene underneath this placer object, which I'll get to here in a second.
Oh, see, that's crazy.
Let's make a few adjustments to the heart so we can see it better in our scene. First, we'll raise it up.
Hold on, y'all. I actually, yeah, nah, because when I tried to place mine up, it actually went above all of that into, it went above the parent. So I'm actually gonna open my software back up, because again, another difference between their software and ours, and this is probably one of the main, positive points of being able to rock with us while we're doing it, is because the softwares are different between what we're doing and what they're teaching. So we'll have to learn those workarounds together. But at the very beginning, like when they go and press create new and have like a drop down for different options, we don't have that. So let's see. Let's see, because even on the templates, none of them just flat out say face tracker or anything. Yeah, face decoration, head decoration, neck decoration, face mask, eye color. Yeah, no. All right, so I'll go in and hit create new again, and we'll go in and do a blank template. go in and add my plane tracker again. Insert. Yeah, see it still. Y'all see it up in the corner? It's still. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, let's just go ahead and insert everything. Hopefully it doesn't reach an actual part. All right, we want the 3D objects, 3D shapes, and then go to heart. Hopefully we don't reach a point where, you know, we're actually having an issue because of that. But I will say, even from the hierarchy placement thing, where they have, you see where mine says plane tracker and nothing is below that, they have placer. So then when they went in, well, excuse me, when he went in to move the heart into that area, um, you know, he's placing it below the placer, but hopefully it does not make a difference to us anymore. All right. Hopefully it doesn't make a difference to us. And if it does, then we'll try to figure out the workaround moving forward. So again, man, appreciate y'all for being locked in, man. This is going to be good for us to figure it out together.
We'll scale it. And let's give it a color. Now that we can see our object in our scene, let's play with the controls. The first thing you can do is actually just click. You can see that you have this 4-axis arrow here. You can actually click and move by clicking and dragging inside of here to move your camera around. You can also hit W to move closer, A.
Hold on, I want to make sure I ain't missing nothing. I'm still changing my heart settings. Let me go in there, change that up real quick. He said, what, scale it up? All right, cool.
Going to 3D objects, going to 3D shapes, and let's select the heart. Click import free, done, close, and you'll see it right here in the list. Now, drag it up into your scene underneath this placer object, which I'll get to here in a second. Let's make a few adjustments to the heart so we can see it better in our scene. First, we'll raise it up. We'll scale it. And let's give it a color. Now that we can see our object in our scene, let's play with the controls. The first thing you can do is actually just click. You can see that you have this 4-axis arrow here. You can actually click and move by clicking and dragging inside of here to move your camera around. You can also hit W to move closer, A to move to the side, D to move to the other side, and S to move backwards. So WASD are kind of your controls inside of here. To tap on our screen or interact with an object, just hold Command and then click and drag, and you'll be able to move your object around inside of your scene. Now, this doesn't come predefined always. This is all due to this placer object that I discussed before. This comes as part of your plane tracking project when we selected a plane tracking project at the beginning of this lesson. The placer object has some logic behind.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. There's something, I don't know, man. I think we need to know what that is. Here, let me Google it. Let's see here. So let's go Meta Spark face tracker. Yeah, let's go. Using face tracker, face tracker. See, the bad thing is, y'all, most of the information out there is also outdated. Let me see. Space. Let's go track. Let's go face track. All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, gang. We are going to have to figure that out for sure. Um, yeah, we're gonna figure that out. Because here, I'm gonna just rewind him a couple more minutes. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, like any small detail. Looking at all the stuff he has that's clicked and all that stuff. Um, yeah, we're gonna figure it out, y'all. We're gonna figure it out.
Second, let's make a few adjustments to the heart so we can see it better in our scene. First, we'll raise it up. We'll scale it. And let's give it a color. Now that we can see our object in our scene, let's play with the controls. The first thing you can do is actually just click. You can see that you have this 4-axis arrow here. You can actually click and move by clicking and dragging inside of here to move your camera around. You can also hit W to move closer, A to move to the side, D to move to the other side, and S to move backwards. So WASD are kind of your controls inside of here. To tap on our screen or interact with an object, just hold Command and then click and drag, and you'll be able to move your object around inside of your scene. Now, this doesn't come predefined always. This is all due to this placer object that I discussed before. This comes as part of your plane tracking project when we selected a plane tracking project at the beginning of this lesson. The placer object has some logic behind the scenes that allows us to manipulate anything we have underneath it. So we have the heart placed underneath the placer object, and that allows us to place it. Now let's say we need to use a capability where we use 2 fingers on our screen. To do that, all you need to do is hold Command and then Option, and you'll see your other hand or your other finger there. And that will allow you to do things like rotate and scale your object. When you'll do to this plate UASD are kind of your controls inside of here. Just hold case. This is all due to this placer object that I discussed before. This comes as part of your plane tracking project when we selected a plane tracking project at the beginning of this lesson. The placer object has some logic behind the scenes that allows us to manipulate anything we have underneath it. So we have the heart placed underneath the placer object, and that allows us to place it.
Y'all know what, bruh? I'm about to go to the doggone Facebook group. That's what I'm about to do. Give me 1 second. I'm about to drop this in there. And yeah. We ain't going out without no fight, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So let me go to these groups real quick. Let me go to my people, man. Let's see here. Oops. I don't even get on Facebook on my laptop. Spark AR. Spark Community. I bet. Let's get up in here, man. What's wrong with these posts, man? All right, boom. Here we go. Create a post. I am currently, what video we on, y'all? Tracking the world. At the spacer. Underneath the plane tracker, like it shows in the video. This has a direct effect on the ability to manipulate our asset. And all right, bet. So my question is going to be, hey, quick question. I'm currently watching the Tracking the World video in the AR Fundamentals course. It is showing how to apply the plane tracker. However, it no longer seems to add the spacer underneath the plane tracker. Like it shows in the video. This has direct effect on the ability to manipulate our assets. Can someone give a workaround on the current? Can someone give advice on the current workaround to this feature? All right, bet. Let's get it. All right. Hopefully somebody answers us. Hopefully by the time we get off, so that we can get an answer to that. Because without that, this is yeah.
Now let's say we need to use a capability where we use 2 fingers on our screen. To do that, all you need to do is hold Command and then Option, and you'll see your other hand or your other finger there. And that will allow you to do things like rotate and scale your object.
That's tough.
When you're developing inside of Spark AR, it's always going to assume that your surface has already been detected. So you're starting with a surface already. Now, this is important because not all surfaces are going to work the same in real life. So to map surfaces in real time, augmented reality relies on something called SLAM, which stands for Simultaneous Location and Mapping. This is how your device is able to keep track of its location and orientation in the scene. Now, these technologies are always being improved as time goes on, but there's a few...
Let me get that one more time, my boy.
So to map surfaces in real time, augmented reality relies on something called SLAM, which stands for Simultaneous Location and Mapping. This is how your device is able to keep track of its location and orientation in the scene. Now, these technologies are always being improved as time goes on.
The right way the
There's a few general details to keep in mind as you're
I don't
developing.
even know how to spell it good enough.
Make sure your surfaces have a lot of details, so the camera has an easier time identifying not only where the flat surface is, but where to map unique landmarks so that we can keep things glued in place. If you've ever used an AR effect or an app that uses a plane tracker, you might remember needing to move your phone around before the experience begins, sort of to map the ground before you really see anything. Spark AR, on the other hand, works a little bit differently. Instead of forcing the user to scan the room first, it places the object into the scene and then begins to understand it. That way the user isn't trying to scan the environment before they can actually see things. In other words, Spark AR attempts to place the tracker into the scene and then understand the scene as the camera moves around. There are ways to customize the interactions in your effect to change these behaviors, but it's important to understand how this works. When it comes to the plane tracker and other trackers that use the world camera, you should always use your device for testing. In fact, always try to test everything on your device and multiple devices if you can. There are a lot of devices out there, so performance can vary across them. This is a new technology and it gets better and better, but you should always test on your own device. There are two ways that we can use to push our effect to our device. First, on the left-hand side, click on Test on Device. The first option is to preview on the Spark AR Player. The Spark AR Player is a standalone app that you can download on your iPhone or Android device. The second option will allow you to wirelessly push to Facebook or Instagram. Once the effect is pushed, you'll receive a notification inside of the app. Target tracking is always a favorite of mine because it offers a clear connection between the physical world and the virtual world of AR. Using the target tracker, we can monitor our scene for a very specific target image to appear within the frame. And then we can use these targets to create a variety of effects such as animated business cards, interactive subway maps, maybe an animated children's book, maybe even taking an outdoor mural and bringing that to life. It's really up to your own imagination and creativity. Target tracking is also fundamental at providing something very important to AR, context. For example, we could use a painting like the Mona Lisa as our target and create an effect that, once the Mona Lisa comes into view, illustrates the steps that it took to create the painting, maybe how it was sketched, how the paints were mixed, maybe showing its alternate versions, maybe showing the many theories about its origins. We could take the Mona Lisa and bring it to life and have her tell her own story in her own words. We can show an abstract version of the Mona Lisa or virtually replace it with our own artwork so that we can have our work displayed in the most famous museum in the world. The possibilities here really are endless. But the real magic here is that we've taken a physical object and added virtual context to it through augmentation. We're able to show things in AR that might not fit in the physical world or might not even be possible, period, like bringing the Mona Lisa to life. As you work with these images, there is some things to note. Not all target images are created equal. If your image is too simple, the computer vision might not be able to detect it when it appears in the scene. The tracker actually sees everything in black and white, so high contrast, complex images are best.
Y'all hear this? That is a gem. He is giving away a gem right now. He's telling us that these image trackers, right? These phones are acting like the tracker, right? If we gotta, let's say there's a photo on my wall that I'm trying to have that be the thing that activates the experience, and then my room turns into a whole volcano or whatever, right? Well, my phone, the responsibility is on my phone to be able to scan anything in the whole entire world and be able to find that predefined photo that we decided was going to be the trigger for our experience to activate. He just said something very, very pivotal, and I want us all to hear him say it again.
Versions, maybe showing the many theories about its origins. We could take the Mona Lisa and bring it to life and have her tell her own story in her own words. We can show an abstract version of the Mona Lisa or virtually replace it with our own artwork so that we can have our work displayed in the most famous museum in the world. The possibilities here really are endless. But the real magic here is that we've taken a physical object and added virtual context to it through augmentation. We're able to show things in AR that might not fit in the physical world or might not even be possible, period, like bringing the Mona Lisa to life. As you work with these images, there is some things to note. Not all target images are created equal. If your image is too simple, the computer vision might not be able to detect it when it appears in the scene. The tracker actually sees everything in black and white, so high contrast, complex images are best. And try to avoid symmetry whenever possible. No symmetrical images. The more unique and complex the image, the better the computer can see it and detect it once it appears in the scene. Not be able to.
I went back mad far, but that was it right there. All right. He said high contrast images. Never use symmetry. And he said if it's too simple, it won't find it. That's deep right there. You would think the more simple, the more symmetrical, like it's easier to find, the better. This is good. And the fact that he said that it scans, oh, that I need to put that. It scans in black and white. That's a key right there. It lets you know, like, as I'm scanning for this image, I need to realize if everything it was looking at was black and white, will it stand out enough that it'll catch and activate the experience? That's good right there, dog.
To work with these images, there is some things to note. Not all target images are created equal. If your image is too simple, the computer vision might not be able to detect it when it appears in the scene. The tracker actually sees everything in black and white, so high contrast, complex images are best. And try to avoid symmetry whenever possible. No symmetrical images. The more unique and complex the image, the better the computer can see it and detect it once it appears in the scene. First, go to Create New, New Project, and then select Target Tracking. Here we have our empty Target Tracker project in Spark AR. Target trackers are some of my favorite types of AR projects because they're very easy to bring to life, especially if you're transitioning over from a two-dimensional world like traditional or web design or.
So y'all, I'm gonna just delete. Yeah, let me bring y'all in the cut. This dude look mad creepy in the background. All right, boom. All right, let's do this. All right, so we had our plane tracker in, correct? So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. Okay, it also deleted our heart that was embedded in it. That's also important to note. So then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna press plus, and then now we're doing an actual target tracker, and then we're gonna insert there. Okay, it should go ahead and bring it up right there in front of us. I'm gonna go ahead and move it up a little bit just above the face, and then we're gonna see what he's talking about.
Web development into a three-dimensional world of augmented reality. I really enjoy seeing how many traditional artists who work in these standard creative suites can jump right into AR and bring some of these traditional pieces of their works to life. It's really inspiring, but it's also a great bridge into the world of augmented reality. Not that target trackers are for beginners. You can create some amazingly complex effects with these, but it's a great place to start learning. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is actually add our image to our project. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on From Computer, import down here in the Assets panel, and I'm going to select the tracker right here. Now, I made this tracker in another image editing software. You can feel free to make your tracker however you like. Now, to set our target tracker, we need to go over here into the Scene panel and highlight the target tracker.
Oh, is that the asset you got? Plan and target tracker are essential to augmented reality in the world around you. In this lesson, Luke will help you learn the basics on how you can use them. Learns in this lesson. Yeah, no, that was like a reference. What's up, bro? That's why I like our old professor. I'm just playing. But now, what's up with the asset, bro?
And then over on the right side in our inspector, you'll see a drop down for a texture. Now we can select our tracker texture, and you'll see that it will replace the texture inside of our scene. Our target.
All right.
And then over on the right side in our inspector, you'll see a drop down for a texture. Now we can select our tracker texture, and you'll see that it will replace the texture inside of our scene. Our target tracking texture is now assigned. Something to keep in mind. Spark AR Studio has no way of telling if you've selected the right type of image for this, so it's just going to assume that you've done your homework and tested your target tracker image. So right now would be a great time to actually take your target tracker image and then go push it to your device and test it out. Assuming we've already done so, let's go ahead and add another asset to our project. We're going to go over to our asset panel.
Hold on, let me send it to my phone. Make sure we're in the game. Meta Spark player. Send to the vibes. Cool. Loading. Make sure that the things in it. I don't know why it's loading like this. Mm. While that load up, I'll let y'all rock out.
On the left side and click Add Asset and then do Import from Computer. Now, very similar to all of the other trackers, this also follows the same thing with the hierarchy. Anything that exists under this will appear whenever that the target is found in your scene. So let's go ahead and add a plane and let's pull it out a little bit. Now, I want to create a material, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then assign this to flat. Now I'm going to select my Spark AR logo. You might notice that I have some transparency issues, and those are easily fixed by checking the alpha test box target is found in your scene. So let's go ahead and add a plane, and let's pull it out a little bit. Now, I want to create a material, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then assign this to flat. Now I'm going to select my Spark AR logo.
Cool. I bet. So we already here. I'll go back one step. I like to do it with y'all. Boom. So we already got our target tracker in. Our target tracker, bow, right there. It's gonna be our meta certified in 30 days. Photo. We're gonna right click the target tracker, go to add object, and we're going to add in a plane. All right, our plane is now selected. I'm gonna move the plane up a little bit, and I'm gonna move it down a little bit so that it's right in front of the actually. Yeah, I'm gonna move it even further than our actual photo so that we can clearly see what it is. All right, now that we have our plane brought in, we have to add a material to the plane. Okay, so on the far right hand side, I'm going in and press plus next to the materials. I am going to hit the drop down. I'm gonna hit create new material, and I'm gonna change material 0, choose file. I'm going to put the actual DH logo. We downloading a lot of files, dude. All right, let's do the all black logo. All right, boom. Did that do it? Let's see. It says compressing and it's kind of loading. So maybe it's loading. Because the preview definitely shows it. Material, flat. I wonder what's up with that. I wonder if it's the type of image that I imported. Now I'm gonna try to add a JPEG. See what that does. Nah, we got a faulty plane. Material. Oh. I think I was bugging. So wait, material 0 should have been the DH logo. We in there. We did it. Yeah. All right, bet. All right, boom. Now we in there. Okay, cool. Now we in there. So what you got for us, bro?
You might notice that I have some transparency issues, and those are easily fixed by checking the alpha test box under the material settings. Now let's size this up so it looks good. First, we'll scale it up. And now,
hold on, let me play this a little bit. I want to kind of, See if I can make it do a little something. So let's go to subtract. Let's go to multiply. Let's go to place. I want to see if there's a effect that would take the that box around it. Because I don't think that was a PNG to begin with. So the fact that it has a box around it is actually throwing me. Um, let's do this. Let's replace the photo again, and then let me just go to again, subtract. Okay, I'm gonna learn for sure. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it. No, let me switch it back because I want to be able to differentiate between the two when I'm looking at them. So, all right, cool. We'll rock it like this.
Now our project is set up to where whenever our camera passes in front of this specific image, the Spark AR logo will appear and hover just above it. Let's push it to our device and give it a test. Now, I've been a judge for several Facebook hackathons, and I've seen some amazing uses of the target tracker. One of them took an existing mural of Martin Luther King Jr., animated it, and played his famous I Have a Dream speech that really brought the mural to life. Another used the package of an existing brand of soap to show the places where it was ethically sourced around the world. Theoretically, a teacher could take a class into a museum and have them pick out their favorite painting and then bring it to life. Maybe they can explain who the artist is and how the painting was created. Another fascinating detail about target tracking is that you can use it to control real-world scale. For instance, if we know the exact size of what our target tracker is, like the cover of a magazine, we can use the magazine cover's real-world size to scale objects relative to the magazine size. For instance, we could use the magazine cover and then display a correctly sized shoe on top of it because we know exactly how big the magazine cover is. The possibility of being able to augment things around the world using the target tracker is limitless. All right, that just about covers trackers. We'll get more in depth with how to use the patch editor and code with trackers later on.
All right, man. So this was cool. It was alright, but I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that just some of the things that we were looking for or trying to set up wasn't necessarily available, and that's just one of the things we have to deal with because the software is outdated. But I definitely I'm gonna stay persistent on figuring that part out because plane tracker and oh I wanted to test my effect though. But yeah, plane tracker, target tracker, these are extremely important as it pertains to creating experiences. So I definitely don't want to switch to back camera. That man did it. That's crazy, bro. It's finding it like instant too. Soon as I bring my phone a little bit in front of it, it instantly finds it and then throws up the DH logo. That is crazy, bro. Wow. Wow, y'all. This is freaking dope. Let me I'm about to freak it a little bit. Let's see. Let me bring y'all over here. Um let's do this. Workspace, patch editor. Uh, 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 um, animation, animation. uh, oh, reverse. Okay, there. I don't know what I'm doing. I still remember I was doing this one though too. Sit in a little spin. All right. Oh yeah, it did it. That's crazy. So let's slow it down. Let's put duration at 5. Uh, Too slow for that too. Cool. That's so tough. Yeah, that's tough. All right, let me sing it again. Wow. Instant. That's deep right there, my boy. That's deep right there. Material. Let's see. Um, let's do. I'm sorry, y'all. I can actually end this stream. I'm sorry. I'm about to literally just play around for a little while. But yeah, today was, you know, today was okay. Today was okay. I'm definitely about to play with this, and I definitely need to figure out the answer to that spacer thing because I definitely feel like that's gonna play a big part in our journey as well. So drop some comments, some questions, man. If you guys are able to figure it out, shoot, help me out. All right. So again, man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all of the support up to this point, man. You guys going back, watching the videos, hitting me up on Instagram, joining the Telegram, like that really means a lot to me. And I can't wait until we're at the end of this thing and we're really able to show out, man. So I appreciate you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow as we embark on day 9. It's crazy, bro. We're actually almost halfway there. That's crazy. So y'all keep tuning in. We're gonna keep working, and I'll see y'all soon, man. Y'all have a good one.